Good evening. Thank you for joining us this evening. I know there's other stuff that you could be doing. Who are we kidding? You're in quarantine. You don't have anything better to do. My name's Taylor. This is
Andy Morton.
And we are chasmDeep. chasmDeep was a project that Andy and I kind of started when we met in Montana several years ago. And now we are working on we just finished up our second album together and a lot of recordings in between. We've actually been doing this for, about 3 years?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, I've been recording together for about 3 years, and it was a long distance project that we wanted to use to put out albums and things like that. So we just finished an album we've been working on for about a year and a half called eXodus. It's coming out a week from yesterday, so this coming Tuesday. It'll be hitting Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music. I'll have some hard copies as well. And we're really excited about it. A lot of work went into it, and a lot of really interesting themes into the idea of Exodus and being trapped somewhere trying to find our way out. We all know that feeling. And so I think it's really pertinent for a time like this as well. So we're going to play through 5 or 6 of those songs tonight in all of their rawness, just playing straight through, hoping I can hit all the notes without cracking. And if I do, oh well. Hoping me and Andy play all the right notes. And if we don't, oh well. I hope we just have fun and you guys get to hear the songs and some of the stories behind them. Like this first song, which opens the album, is called Breaking Chains. And it's one that we recorded really early on and then cut, because it just didn't turn out the way that we wanted. And then during this quarantine, when the album got pushed back, I was kind of messing around with it in the studio and ended up re-recording it, I guess, and sending it to Andy. And he doesn't usually text me about like, hey, I had a great part on this. He texted me on this and was like, you want to listen to this guitar part. And he was not kidding. Acoustic won't be able to do it justice. It was phenomenal. And so we ended up opening the album with it. And it was really great that we did that, I think, because the verses of this song I wrote just from an Israelite perspective of what happened, in the story of the Exodus when God brought Israel out of Egypt. And then the chorus is just the Lord breaking through saying, you're mine, and I'm going to do this, whether you like it or not. So the song's called Breaking Chains. I hope you enjoy it.
Storm clouds coming. If you listen, you can hear it. Been a long time running, but freedom wasn't getting nearer. Living like a slave in a hell that feels like home. Is it so wrong? Is it so wrong that my eyes are blinded by the lightning crashing through the sky? Yeah, my eyes are blinded by the lightning crashing through the sky. I'm gonna break these chains, keeping you from me. I'm gonna shatter these walls on the lies you still believe. I'm gonna burn like a wildfire, blazing through these streets until you see. Yeah, there ain't nothing gonna keep you from me.
is not an easy song to sing. A lot of fun to play, though. It's fun for Andy to play it and then hear me strain on those high parts.
Absolutely.
I know he gets a kick out of it.
Yeah, every day, all the time, every song too.
It was always my intention, though, for you guys, for your entertainment, solely for that purpose, to sound like a 12-year-old hitting puberty.
Every track.
Enjoy it. This next song, this is one that lyrically is, I've written a lot of music, and lyrically this is probably my favorite song, just because it was such an outer body experience writing this. I had met with a friend just the night before, helping him walk through some fairly dark stuff, and this song came the next day, and like a lot of good songs, it came out in 5 or 10 minutes of just kind of clarity, and really trying to communicate emotion, which I usually only do well through music, so I guess that might be a good thing. But this song came out of it, and it ended up becoming, once I wrote it down, we were kind of finishing up the album, we thought, at that point, and I sent it to Andy, and Andy was like, we got to do this one. I got to put something to it. It's a really good song, and we need to do it as a single. And so we ended up putting it as our second single on the album. And I think it's really pertinent for a time like this, when everybody's in quarantine and struggling with all kinds of stuff. So it just really reminds us that the darkness doesn't last forever, and that there are better days coming. And that's the name of the song. It's Better Days.
Hold on, you said, 'cause home's just around the bend. Don't lose your head. Better days will make sense of it. But too many miles can turn a dreamer into a skeptic. With a bulletproof heart and a resolve that always shakes when it's tested. So let me see the light when the darkness is closing in, and let me hear the truth when the lies start whispering, and let me feel the tone when the night's been here for too long, and the shadows erect this soul. Just let me know that better days are coming. Hold on, you said, embrace yourself to put up a fight. Lace up your gloves, 'cause life is swinging, and you're bound to get a few black eyes. But you can only give as good as you can when your faith's been weathered. 'Cause then you see the author is faithful and holding together. So let me see the light, and the darkness is closing in, and let me hear the truth when the lies start whispering, and let me feel the dawn when the night's been here for too long, and the shadows erect this soul. Just let me know that better days are coming. You know it's not too late to wait for better days. You know it's not too late, hold on for better days. You know it's not too late to wait for better days. One day I'll take my last breath and pass like a vapor. I'll cross over the Jordan, resting in the light of the Savior. There'll be plenty of wine, plenty of stories and conversations about the dark and how it never stood a chance when it tried to break us. Let me see the light when the darkness is closing in, and let me hear the truth when the lies start whispering, and let me feel the dawn when the night's been here for too long, and the shadows have wrecked this soul. Just let me know. Just let me know. Just let me know. Let me know that better days are coming.
All right, what do you think, Andy?
I like it.
All right, so this next one that we're gonna do, you remember which one it is? A Man Apart. I think that was, I think that was the next one.
That part.
So this song, I'd say, is the second song that will fall in that category of just an outer body experience. I remember listening to a big influence of mine back when we were in Montana, actually. Had just taken kind of a big fall from grace, kind of a step back and kind of a finger to the world he had always grew up in, and to the world that, you know, respected him greatly. And he put out this album, and, you know, being a Christian and this guy being that sort of artist, I had a lot of influence from him. And he put out a song called Chasing Empty Mangers. And I remember as I listened to that song of just, I don't cry about a lot. And I remember just kind of feeling a little bit of the darkness of where he might be and where his head might be. And I remember just weeping and picking up my guitar, which was beside me, and literally I had time to grab a pen, and that was it. And it really just came pouring out as I started playing the song. And so it's a song that's really special to me in that regard. But it's a song really that encompasses my own heart too, and just kind of the tendencies that I can have. So it's a song called A Man Apart.
What have you become? It's what you said to me. To be honest, it's the thing I've asked myself. The self-indulgent love of everything you crave has worn you to the bone as your heart breaks. What's wrong with you? It's what I asked this broken mirror. You know I've a tendency to run into the darkest places, ignoring all you said from the start. Hey, you know I've a selfish need to hide from all the smiling faces, so no one else can see the traces of me falling apart. What else could it be that drives a man so far to building walls so high that you can't see? Well, you know I'm an expert by now, but I can't tell you how to unlock this damn door. I've thrown away the key. And what's wrong with you? It's what I asked this broken mirror. traces of me falling apart. And now I'm a man apart, with nothing left to say. Yeah, I'm a man apart, and I'm safe inside this glass house until it breaks. You know I've a tendency to run into the darkest places, ignoring all you said from the start. You know I've a selfish need to hide from all the smiling faces, so no one else can see the traces of me falling apart. I know you see the traces of me falling apart. You know you're the only one that can keep me when I'm falling apart.
All right. Moving right along. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. We've got a couple of blips, I think, in our technical feed or whatever, but it'll pass. Is that saying? It'll do, pig. It'll do. That's a saying, not that I was calling you a pig, Andy.
Right. What you meant. I knew it.
You know, if I had thought ahead of time, I would have got something different than this purple water bottle. A little weird drinking out of. Making all the sounds. All right, so this next song, this is I want to say it's my favorite, but it's definitely one that depicted a kind of a crappy time in our lives. My family's life and mine had been turned upside down, and we moved all the way across from Montana down to southeast Georgia to move in with my wife and 3 kids and my parents, where we stayed for 9 months. And we got there, and I remember thinking, what am I doing here? And I'm like, oh, yeah, because somebody read my letter to Santa. So we spent a while there before we ended up in Lakeland. And so this song called Deja Vu, which is, it's another one of my favorites on the album. I wrote this song in a Walmart parking lot in Waycross, Georgia, in my head with no guitar and just a pen and a piece of paper. And then went home and put music to it for what I was feeling. So there's still a little bit of hope in this song, even though things seem wonky and crazy. And I know that's probably needed right now as well. So it's a song called Deja Vu.
I'm here again in this deja vu. I'm telling you I'm spent. I've got no cash left to spend on paying rent for this house where I feel safe with no wounds to mend. I swear I might spill these prisons for fun, just lock myself inside and then try to run. It's alright, 'cause there's a light that's shining through this locked door. And in this cage I can see as the beams break through the cracks in the floor. Whoa, I'm not so afraid of the future as I am to face the awful here and now. The here and now. I said it's dark outside. Don't turn the light out. perception is strong enough to give protection from this pain. I swear I must build these prisons for fun. Just tell myself inside and then try to run. But it's alright, 'cause there's a light that's shining through this locked door. And in this cage I can see as the beams break through the cracks in the floor. Whoa. I'm not so afraid of the future as I am to face the awful here and now. Here and now. I said it's dark outside. Please don't turn the light out. And only time will tell if it turns out well. Surely it's you who knows the end. But it doesn't change the fact that my walls have cracked while I'm waiting in your hands. But it's alright, 'cause there's a light that's shining through this locked door. In this cage I can see as the beams break through the cracks in the floor. Whoa. I'm not so afraid of the future as I am to face the awful here and now. The here and now. I said it's dark outside. Please don't turn the light out. I said it's dark outside. Just don't turn the light out.
I really like your guitar part on that song too. I think we had to do 2 takes for that on 2 separate days. With the part you had in the chorus, but it was really good.
I'm always here for you.
Thanks for that. All right, so this next song was inspired by President Donald Trump. I know when I say that, people are going to be like, what in the world? Ain't get political over here. It's not necessarily political. I was simply watching. I've written 2 songs since he's been in the presidency that he inspired, if you will. And really it was just coming from just kind of the rhetoric and some of the heated, escalated things you see on the news and people fighting. And I saw these 2 guys going at it one day, and it was really disheartening because I'm like, man, like these guys wouldn't piss on each other if they were on fire, I don't think. And it was really, it really saddened me because, we don't know how to agree to disagree and put certain things aside and be there for one another when it matters. We really struggle with that. And so I wrote this song called "Oh My Brother," that ended up being a ministry ended up picking up and using for one of their websites. But it just a fun song to play, really kind of 4 on the floor rock. But it's, the lyrics are really meaningful, at least to me, and kind of remind me of that message that, we can agree to disagree with people and still love them well. And so that's what I hope. Hope that inspires. And this song's called "Oh My Brother." See if I remember how to play it. I don't think I've ever played it live. See if I remember how to play it. I don't think I've ever played it live.
What we're fighting for is gonna come a reckoning. We ain't blood, but every day it comes, I'll be there when you need me. Don't care about the color of your skin or your politics. We all got a heart that bleeds. Just call my name, oh my brother. I'll take your hand when the world starts shaking. Just call my name, oh I'll be the other that stands with you when you feel like you're fighting alone. We play with matches till we light the fire. Our words like gasoline. Burn every bridge till the smoke-filled sky is blotting out the light we see. Don't care about the color of your skin or your politics. You ain't that much different than me. Call my name, oh my brother. I'll take your hand when the world starts shaking. Just call my name, oh I'll be the other that stands with you when you feel like you're fighting alone. Call my name, oh my brother. I'll take your hand when the world starts shaking. Just call my name, oh I'll be the other that stands with you when you feel like you're fighting alone. Yeah, and I'll be there when the walls come down, 'cause we've all been right and wrong. Can we agree to disagree and share the spaces in between? Don't care about the color of your skin or your politics. There's one God, one call to believe. Call my name, oh my brother. I'll take your hand when the world starts shaking. Just call my name, oh I'll be the other that stands with you when you feel like you're fighting alone. Call my name, oh my brother. I'll take your hand when the world starts shaking. Just call my name, oh I'll be the other that stands with you when you feel like you're fighting alone. I'll stand with you when you feel like you're fighting alone.
All right, we got one more we're going to do for y'all. Thanks for hanging in there. A couple of blips along the way, but that's all right. Hopefully you had fun in the quarantine. So that's all that matters, right? All right, so this last one, it's a really fun song for me. I wrote it shortly after we got to Lakeland, not having any clue that it was going to end up on this album. And recording-wise, when I sent it to, that seems to be the common theme, right? I send it to Andy, and he makes the magic work. Once it came out and the recording was done, at the time, it was one of my favorite songs that we'd ever done, and I think it still is. A lot of fun to play live, but it's one of those songs that kind of lets us. It's one of those places that we all visit. Those places where we feel like we're over our head, that we can't. Sometimes even when we're in good spots, we feel like we're struggling to breathe for some reason, and we don't know why. Because we only have a capacity to handle so much. And again, I think this song's really pertinent to right now because we're all in over our head with this craziness that's going on, right? We're all struggling to cope with it and deal with it. And so, again, I really hope this song is just an encouragement to say what I was feeling when I was writing this. Man, I feel like I'm drowning and I don't know why, and I need somebody to help. And as I hope is in a lot of these songs, there's a light at the end of the tunnel when we're over our heads. So I hope you enjoy this last one. Thanks for tuning in. And don't forget, next Tuesday on April the 28th eXodus drops. Make sure you go grab a copy. I would love your support if you bought one, but if you stream it, that's great too. Make sure and like and share and do all of those things to get it out and to help the work that Andy and I have done reach the ears of many. That's the hope. So here we go, a song called Overhead.
Chasing your light, yeah, I'm on the way now. I'm tripping over my own feet as I go down. In the middle of a locked room looking for the door. Tell me, am I ever gonna find what I'm looking for on this road that leads me to you? 'Cause I'm in over my head, but I remember what you said. Yeah, you promised that I'll get through this, and you'll be there till the end. I'm still in over my head. Some days I'm hanging by a thread, but I'm trusting that when I'm broken, you will carry me instead. Oh, yeah. Tell me, am I ever gonna find what I'm looking for? Chasing that high and figuring it out. Which way is up? I thought I knew. I'm not so sure now. Yeah, I'm searching in the dark for the key to these locked doors. Tell me, am I ever gonna find what I'm looking for on this road that leads me to you? 'Cause I'm in over my head, but I remember what you said. Yeah, you promised that I'll get through this, and you'll be there till the end. I'm still in over my head. Some days I'm hanging by a thread, but I'm trusting that when I'm broken, you will carry me instead. Oh, and maybe it's not me that I need to see. Yeah, maybe over my head is right where I need to be. And just don't let me drown. 'Cause I'm in over my head, but I remember what you said. Yeah, you promised that I'll get through this, and you'll be there till the end. I'm still in over my head. Some days I'm hanging by a thread, but I'm trusting that when I'm broken, you will carry me instead. Oh, I know that in the end you were what I was looking for.
That's it for us tonight, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Thanks to Andy for taking time to be here and help me play through these songs. And again, next Tuesday, check it out. I promise you won't be disappointed. And if you like what you hear, make sure and hit subscribe below to our channel so you can keep up and hear the songs on here as well. And make sure that you hit the link below if you've enjoyed what you've heard tonight, and go to our tip jar and drop us a little bit of change money so Andy and I can keep the lights on. Thanks again, guys. Good night.
I'm gonna break these chains, keeping you from me. I'm gonna shatter these walls of the lies you still believe.